Okay, now let's proceed. In this section, we are looking at how to use our multimeter to measure current. So now, for us to use our multimeter to measure current, a couple of many engineers, they make mistakes in measuring current and voltage. The same thing is applicable to many students, and that's why you see they keep on finding it difficult to get the expected results. Now let's take a look at measuring current using digital multimeter. Now, how can we achieve that? Number one, you need to know that current is measured in amps or amperes. So for you to connect your probe correctly and carry out the measurement of current, remember the first thing you need to do is that you need to connect the common to this section. We are talking about measuring measuring current. So your common, that is the black, must be connected to this section, and the red meter lead must be connected to this section. That is if you are taking the measurement of current. Then thereafter, you now need to on your multimeter. As you can see, I've on my multimeter now. Then the next thing I will need to do, because I want to make measurement of current, I will need to check where we have just turn your dial to where we have what, a current. Okay, having done that, then the next thing you need to do is that you can easily make your measurements. But it is not something you just do like that. There are things you need to understand. Number one, before you can take measurement of current, you need to first of all disconnect the power source before testing. Then you have to break the circuit. What is the meaning of breaking the circuit? Now, breaking the circuit means that you need to connect your multimeter in series to that circuit. You are going to understand what I mean by that in this next slide. Then you place the multimeter in series with the circuit. Then you reconnect the power source and turn on that's your multimeter. Then that's that. Now let's take a look at practically how do we do that. Now if you look at this circuit now, we have break this link now. So this A is talking about that section I showed you in the real physical multimeter, and this section is talking about the common. So once you do that, you'll be able to get the value of your current. Okay, now let's take a look at this one practically now. Now suppose you have this component. The component you have here, suppose we have two resistors that are connected in series. Now as you can see, this is resistor 1 and this is resistor 2. And looking at this is your ammeter. Can you see the symbol there symbolizing your ammeter? Talking about, we are measuring what, current. So you need to if you do this connection now, you'll be able to take measurement of your current. So we can say in a nutshell that to measure current, your ammeter is inserted into the circuit next to a component. Can you see? So we connect the two like this, then you can easily take measurement of our current. But let's still understand it by looking at this next slide. Next slide. Now this circuit, I designed this circuit using Ni multism. And if you look at this circuit, in this circuit we have 5 ohm resistor and 3 kilo ohm resistor with 12 volts. This is supply. Now what I want to achieve in this circuit now is that I want to measure the current in this circuit, the current that is flowing in this circuit. Remember, the multimeter must be connected to the circuit in series with the target component when used as ammeter as per Ohm's law. V is equals to IR. Now what is the meaning of that? This is the circuit we are dealing with now. You have this circuit now and you want to measure the current that is flowing in this circuit using your multimeter. So what do we do? Now take a look at the next step now. In this step, what did I do here? At this junction, I want to connect my multimeter here. I want to connect my digital multimeter here, and because of that, I need to ensure that I have this section so that I can connect one of the multimeter here. One of the lead of the multimeter here and the other lead of the multimeter here. So this circuit also, I drew that from the Ni multism. And if you take a look at this now, this is my digital multimeter from Ni multism. And if you look at this now, can you see that I connected this my digital multimeter in series? So this is one end connected to this and the other end connected to this section now. So when I run this circuit now on NI multisym, it gives me the value of my current, which is 3.993 milliampere. So in a simple language, so when you are measuring the value of your current in any electrical circuit, you must do that by connecting your multimeter or your ammeter in series for you to be able to get the measurement of your current in electrical circuit. Now let's take a look at measuring voltage. Measuring voltage. Now voltage can either be AC or DC, and the alternating current AC is domestic voltage about 220 volts, and the direct current is the voltage you get from your battery, 12 volt, 9 volt, and what have you. For instance, this one we talk about 4.5 volts. And what you need to know when you are connecting your digital multimeter to measure your voltage is that you must connect your digital multimeter in parallel, that is across. So you use the common and you use the V/ohm connections. This simply means that now if I want to measure the my voltage, now all I need to do is that if this is my multimeter now, this LED probe, I will need to move it to this section because I want to take measurement of my voltage. Remember, measuring voltage, this common is here, the LED probe will be moved to this section. Then that is the first thing you need to know when you are measuring your voltage before you now later make selections of turn your dial to where you have the voltage depending on the voltage you are measuring. If you are measuring a DC voltage, you turn it to where you have a DC voltage. If you are measuring an AC voltage, you turn your dial to the section that talk about the AC voltage.